Hello guys, welcome back to Chaos TV's live coverage of the Corsair Vengeance Cup. Thanks for patiently waiting in the delay there. I'm Matt, joined by Enzima following the game between Against All Authority and Druckwell. First game, if you have just joined us, went to Against All Authority. Fairly one-sided affair to say the least. And Enzi, I'm still like in the champion select, so I'm not even in game yet. Does anyone know if I leave, do I still get the reconnect button if I'm just a spectator? Anyone know?
No, you don't.
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm not sure how we're going to
So
do this.
you're gonna have to wait it out, mate.
I guess so. So you take over, Renzi. I mean, there's really nothing I can do. I'm literally looking at the champion select screen right now.
Alright, well, they've kind of all gathered in mid, so I think they're just waiting. Wait. Okay, can we put that chat up, Bass? I want to see what they're saying. 'Cause they might actually say where they're going, because I'm not sure what they're going to do right now. They're going to go for the invade on towards blue. And the juggler said, told you we got a special plan. I'm the bear, I'm Volley Bear. But the problem is, I can't really cast this, guys, as real time, so there might be a little delay. But Moma is going to come around the corner. Possible first blood going to come off. They are going to be invading towards that blue. Graves is going to go back towards the river as Moma is just standing there. I did think he just saw a glimpse of Graves. There is a ward there. They are just scaring them off from blue, but ward is there in that bush, so they are just going to go back to their lanes. Where are they going to go? That is the question. Let's have a quick look at the items. So it looks like Anivia will be the support role for Druckwell, and the question is, where is everyone else going to go? Well, we're going to see that now, I believe. They are all around red, so I think it's going to be Brand and Anivia bot lane. Mundo in the jungle, Teemo is top, and Graves in the mid. So very unorthodox stuff coming out here. Wouldn't really expect to see that. And Vince, are you back?
I am, but my League of Legends seem to have just crashed, so I've absolutely no idea how I'm going to be able to cast this one if I'm not allowed to reconnect into the game.
Bass, any idea what we can do? Alright guys, well
Okay.
I'm on a 1 to 2 second delay watching a stream. So if I'm a bit behind on play and stuff, I do apologize, but Mundo has come down for the gank. He is just gonna back away though, as Soraka and Ashe will just go back towards that tower. Vlad is staying at the tower as well, as Graves is pushing that lane. So we have got the Graves in mid, but Maokai is going to come in towards that bush, coming for the gank. He is going to come out, and he is going to pop that snare anytime soon if he can get into range, but Graves is going to dash away over that wall and will go to safety, as Maokai will be very mad, throwing the present down, and nothing's going to happen. But top lane, there has been a bit of pressure applied to Volley Bear. But Vince, I think you could, if you go back to the private games, I think you can actually join the game if you know the password.
I don't know the password. That's awkward. I'm trying to relog back into the game and there's a massive queue. I mean, League of Legends is buggy as hell for me right now. I'll give shout when I'm in Enzi and I have more progress, dude.
Alright, well, 2 kills have been exchanged. Graves and Brand are both getting kills already, as Brand will push this bot lane. So it's a double AP bot, as the Ice Ball does miss Ashe. Ashe has to retreat though, but Brand and Anivia are quite low on HP. Ashe is going to back off though, as Soraka has just came to her aid, and is going to go in towards that bush. What did she get? She's got the Berry Chump and a couple of wards and some boots. So she is going to put them wards down very shortly, as Graves is in that mid just waiting around, trying to push Moma back. Moma is completely pushed, so Maokai needs to go make some use of his ganking ability with that snare, of course, as Teemo is pushing top as well. Volley Bear is on the defensive, but Volley Bear is going to go very aggressive here, as Teemo is forced to flash away, doesn't want to get thrown over his head right there, otherwise it could be a dead Teemo. So Teemo just flash into safety there, as he is going to recall back, as Vlad is going to get pushed back once again by Graves. So Graves doing a really good job in mid. Let's have a look at the CS. Graves currently on 26, Vlad with 23, bot lane we've got Ashe on 24, Brand on 11, and not going good there, but Vince?
when I relogged, it said, would you like to reconnect to the game? I pressed yes, and now I'm in. Can I just confirm mass 5 minutes 10? Cool, so I'm back in. All good. Thanks a lot, Enzy, for covering for me there, dude. Just had some technical difficulties, but back in this game. Going to be 2-0 to Druckwell as just literally as a switch towards top lane. You're going to see Timo being taken out from Maokai and Volibear there. A nice gank, and of course we have said this time and time again, Maokai's such a good ganker at bot lane. Going to be some more action though, as Ashe is going to be dropped from Brand. Looks like Graves could pick up the kill onto Soraka as well. He flashes in to finish her off 4-1 already for Druckwell. But last game as well, NC, we actually saw them take a similar kind of lead, and then Against All Authority came back very, very strong to take the game. So the early game looking good for Druckwell, but Against All Authority still have the quality to come back.
What I just don't get is looking at, say if I was on the Against All Authority side in that champs league, I'll be like, okay, so they got Brand and they have Anivia. Okay, let's just pick Galio. They had the last pick, and I think that was actually who was going to go mid or something, so not completely sure, but Galio should have been the pick for mid. He wasn't banned, and I think they'd be doing much better if that was the case right now, because already 4-1, although Brand's CS is very bad, well it was bad, but now he's actually caught up since Ashe died.
Mundo's going to get caught up from Maokai in his jungle, dearie me. As Linak is just going to jump out there with the snare and the sapling as well. So 4-2, Mundo was trying to some kind of cheeky wraith there. We're going to see Graves go on to Vladimir in the mid. This game is completely a head scratch for Enzy. I mean, the team picks, for example, from Druckwell were really odd to say the least. Looks like you're going to have Graves in mid, now pushing up towards the top river area. And really interesting. So it would appear that we actually have an Anivia support. That is a first from me.
Is a first indeed, but it looks like it's working. I mean, you got Brand on 2 kills, Graves in the mid with 3 kills. That is not good whatsoever. He has actually got that new item, I think, Vince, that gives him attack damage and magic resist.
The new item, he's got the Hex Drinker, that's been out for a while, but yeah, the item you're thinking of...
I don't recognise the logo, sorry.
Yeah, the Hex Drinker. You can build that into, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's basically an upgraded version, and it also gives you attack damage, I believe, for percentage of health that you're currently missing. So we are going to see some more action at bot lane. So it looks like we're actually going to have the Brand at bot lane still playing AP, so kind of throwing caution to the wind there at the whole use AD in support of bot lane. But this could be dead Brand, indeed it will be so from Soraka and Ashe. Ashe picking that one up, so Yellow start looking good there. Soraka was spamming down her Star Call as well, trying to reduce that magic resistance and of course the armor, and that will pick them up the kill. Volibear in the meantime is going to be going on to that Timo, and I can only assume they actually banned out that Fizz, Enzy, to counteract the counter pick there at top lane, because Fizz would have been a good counter to Volibear. Awesome action at bot lane just while you jump in there, and sorry dude to jump in again, but it's going to be Mundo coming down and Maokai as well. This is going to be dead Anivia. She did pop into the rebirth egg, but she's not going to be allowed to pop back out of that again. Mundo is also going to be taken out from the tower from Soraka, so suddenly out of nowhere gone back to a 6-for-5, and as I was saying, Druckwell started well Against All Authority, coming right back into this one, but right back at you, NZ. I mean, what were you going to say there?
Well, I think there's some action going off in mid, maybe. No, Volibear is going to go back. It was actually Druckwell who banned the Fizz, not the Against All Authority side who were playing Volibear.
Oh, it was Druckwell?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I am completely confused. Entirely confused. So, we're going to see some more action in mid again as Maokai's going to jump onto that Graves, but to be honest, not doing enough damage to really cause much of a threat. Going to throw that sapling, or present in this circumstance, onto Graves. He's just going to tank that. He does absolutely no damage whatsoever. Bot lane, Ashe and Soraka trying to push back this creep wave. And what's the actual creep score looking like? I mean, Ashe has picked up 54, Brand on 41, so Ashe is obviously ahead there. Anivia is going to just go across and put up the ward on Dragon. In the meantime, let's have a look at top lane. Timo has picked up himself 50 creep score, Volibear on 61, so Volibear ahead in that exchange as well. Mid, I'm assuming, is Graves versus Vlad, and obviously I wasn't in this game from the beginning, but Graves on 63, Vlad on 60, and looks like we could be having some action on top of Mundo once again. Going to get caught out, the ultimate though, and he could perhaps survive this encounter. as Maokai has already used that twist advance, so he can't jump once again. Emo Plague has been used there onto the Graves. This could be a dead Graves as the Ignite comes down as well. Graves being thrown behind Volibear, and that will be Graves going down. Or will it actually? He has managed to survive, but there's Vladimir to pick up the kill. Vladimir gets the second, could be getting the triple. Will he get the triple? No, he won't, as the Present is going to explode into Teemo's face, and that is going to be against All Authority, taking the kill lead now at 8-7 up. And they're currently 2.1k gold up as well. That will also be the blue going to Vladimir. So again, looking very good for aAa against Authority.
I see what you did there, you know, just quickly threw the name out, otherwise you would have got raged at.
That was the first time I was gutted.
Tut tut tut, always you to make the mistake. But yeah, I mean, Druckwell early on looked very, very strong. I mean, they were 4-1 up. Just like the first game, and now it's 8-7, and against All Authority are playing absolutely tremendous. But I think bot lane, a bit of action's going on.
Yeah, there was a tiny bit of pressure applied from both sides, but pretty much just going to go back to the farm once again. Ash has popped up a healing pot, Soraka with a nice heal coming as well. Of course, Astral Blessing has been put into level 3, so she is healing for 210 health at the moment. Could be a gank onto Anivia here. Maokai did use the flash, and Anivia will go down there. Brand using his ultimate, but didn't bounce between anybody, just onto Maokai, so ultimate at best there. And that is going to be a free kill coming in, and really NZ, I mean, the kind of novelty of it, picking Anivia support not really working out for them right now, as Mundo is going to come down though. Maokai should be falling, indeed he will. Mundo going to look for that second kill as well. Very close there for Brand, managing to escape. I think they put the exhaust onto Ash, otherwise the Brand would have died there. And now Mundo's going to be chasing after that Ash, not necessarily the greatest of ideas. He's going to be running into a wave of creeps as well, and Soraka is there, so she's just basically going to be able to help out Ash, and Mundo's going to go down from the Ash and the tower. Deary me, chased for way too long. Graves, in the meantime, did follow with Mundo as well, and Vladimir has came down, popping that Sanguine Pool, going to try and transfuse his way out of this problem, and Graves is going to completely obliterate him with that buckshot there. Nice damage coming in. That is 240 plus 40 damage, just completely crippling Vladimir. So back to a 9-10. Druckwell, I mean, they're behind NZ, definitely, on farm along with kills, but they're not quite out of it just yet.
Yeah, not yet. They are 1 kill behind, not too far behind in gold as well. I think it's going to come down to that dragon to really separate these two teams. It's going to be interesting in team compositions, well not team composition, team fights, what's going to happen, because obviously you've got the double AP of Anivia and Brand. Anivia isn't going to be very farmed with not many items. She's already 0 to 2 to 2. Brand with 3 to 1. Obviously Brand's ultimate is very useful, and then you have in the mid with Graves on 4 to 1. So it's going to be interesting in team fights what actually happens, and you know who's the stronger side. I personally think it's actually going to benefit Druckwell.
I'm not going to lie, NZ, every time I see Brand's ultimate, I always want to call it pyrogasm, but actually it's pyroclasm. But it's
wow, disgusting.
Maybe disgusting, but true. I can only be honest.
That's horrible.
And either way, you're going to have Brand coming down to bot lane, maybe going to be trying to pick up a kill or two. I didn't actually mean anything there.
No, it just sounded like you were like coming.
But he is actually perhaps going to get the kill into Maokai. Maokai has popped his ultimate off, going to try his best to escape, of course. With Maokai's ulti down, he is very, very tanky, but when he has Mundo, Brand and Anivia all pummeling him, he's not going to be able to escape there. So Druckwell have brought it back, all even once again on the kills. However, gold still definitely in favour to against Authority. 1.8k ahead right now. Top lane looking pretty good for Druckwell though. Teemo definitely countering Volibear nicely. It's very difficult for Volibear to actually catch up with Teemo because he has moved quick, and also those mushrooms to boot, and he has the range. As in the meantime, Brand is going to get heavily attacked here at bot lane from Ash and Soraka. Ash is going to pick that one up nicely, and once again against Authority move ahead on kills. I think this is the first time by this stage of the game, Enzy, that we've actually seen a game with this many kills in it. I mean, 21 kills after 14 minutes is a pretty blistering action.
Yeah, it's impressive stuff, and it's definitely better than last game already. I mean, it's very close. Not sure what's going to happen. We had a very unorthodox pick at bot lane with Anivia and Brand. It does, like earlier on, it seemed very good, but now going later on into that game, I don't think it's really going to benefit them. Ash is starting to get kills, starting to rack up the gold. She is on 96 creeps to Brand's 58. So that is a big, big difference. And Anivia, she isn't very useful right now. Look how quickly she just fell right there at bot lane. She is going to go into a passive though, but I think she is going to fall. Yes, she will. So another kill for Yellow Star at bot lane with Ashe. She's just racking up the kills now, and Nivea is going to be useless. She can only put the armor down, but it's going to do no damage whatsoever.
And Teemo being ganked to top from Maokai. However, Volibear seemed very slow to react there, so it's basically Maokai against Teemo. And while I'm talking, Vladimir's going to take down that Graves. Graves will get the assist though back onto Vladimir, as Dr. Mundo will come in for that return kill. So that's going to be 13-4-11, and Teemo is going to manage to escape at that top lane again. Maybe a miss of communication there. Maybe Linak just jumped in without really confirming that gank with Volibear, but Volibear seemed very, very slow to react, as Maokai did tower dive Teemo. Looks like they're going to try and pick up this blue, but Mundo is on the case. And he's going to come around, try and throw that Mundo file at both these players, or will he actually back off? He uses the smite, but actually a tiny bit too late, I think. And now here comes Anivia with the support work. Normally this would be scary, but Anivia's support not really doing a whole lot of damage, but Maokai will go onto Dr. Mundo, trying to pull back though, as Anivia gets dropped courtesy of Volibear. That's going to be a third kill for Ashe onto Teemo. And a complete whitewash of a team fight there. 3-0. I think they're going to go for the Baron here straight afterwards. Completely understandable, as both the last Dropwell players are in mid. It's going to be Brand and Graves. I don't think they're going to expect this Baron just yet, as we are only 16 minutes 30 through the game. I mean, Baron is taking a heavy toll on damage, and obviously against Authority taking a lot of punishment from him right now. He's not even on half health, so actually there is a potential possibility of Brand coming in here. He has popped that Pyroclasm, but I think that only actually hits Soraka, and so basically it's going to do no damage whatsoever. In fact, I think he may have even been silenced from Soraka there before he could pop it off. I definitely heard the sound coming out, and either way he's going to go down without much of a fight. Now you're going to have Graves trying to pick it up with the collateral damage, not going to do anything there as it lands in the face of Soraka, probably the one player you don't want to hit in that exchange, and he will be finding himself 6 foot under. So a successful Baron pick up there from Against All Authority. 18-11 ahead. They're a tower up. They're about 8k gold ahead as well. It's just looking like it's getting a bit out of control now for Dropwell. And Nivea has landed a stun onto Vladimir. Going to be another team fight kicking off. Teemo has taken a lot of damage, and now you're going to see the flash and the snare coming in from Maokai, popping down the ultimate. Vladimir will pick up that kill using Hemo Plague onto Mundo and Anivia. Nice wall load from Anivia is going to block off the majority of that onslaught from Against All Authority. Just Vladimir managing to get through with Sanguine Pool, and now Maokai getting hit from that tower Enzi, but definitely once again one-way traffic with Against All Authority in the driver's seat.
Yeah, absolutely. That silence from Soraka though, I can only guess they're singing the Trollololol song on TS right now. That was such a silence. But I think more action's kicking off.
Yeah, it definitely looked like there would be more action kicking off, but it is indeed going to be the case that Anivia may fall once again. Indeed she will, as Vladimir is going to go in there with the transfusion, picking up the last hit onto Anivia. I mean, I don't want to be too harsh or critical here, Enzi, but Anivia has been entirely useless this game. She's 0 for 5, so comfortably getting taken out. Mundo has replied back onto Maokai with the help of the tower as well. But basically, Against All Authority looking way too strong, and Nivea not really playing any part in this game whatsoever. I guess I can kind of see the attraction of playing a support, that she does have the Flash Frost and the wall and such, so she has a lot of stuns, and also of course utility on top of that. But really, in my opinion, if you're going to play Nivea, you need to play her just all-out AP doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of a 4v5 right now. I don't want to sound bad, but Anivia is kind of useless in the situation, and as you saw, aAa Against All Authority were just able to, you know, stand around and just carry on diving in towards Druckwell, getting them kills. They're now 21-12, a 10k gold difference, and I think another fight's going to kick off.
Yeah. And it's going to be Brand getting taken down very aggressively. Brand actually, for a second I thought it was going to do more damage, but that wasn't to be the case. In the meantime, Graves going to pick up a kill before being downed himself from the Vladimir. Vladimir very nearly getting dropped there though, and you'd have Teemo getting shut down from Ashe. Ashe arrow right through the middle. It's going to miss both Anivia and Mundo. If that had hit, could have been a double kill actually from Ashe, but not going to be the case. And that's going to be 24-14, 35.1k gold in the back pocket of Against All Authority, just 24.1k in Druckwell's back pocket. And I mean, 4-0 on turrets, Enzi. It's it's kind of been a whitewash, to say the least. It's been very one-sided. A lot of people in chat saying they couldn't believe Drockwell were going to try and, troll with this composition, but it may have been a legit comp from them. Maybe they thought this would work. It just hasn't been the case. The execution of this composition really hasn't been to their benefit.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, early game it looked quite good. I think they were actually above in kills and they were actually playing really nice as a team. And then ever since that blue fight from Against All Authority where they came out on top, it's just been one-way traffic. No dragons have even been claimed, only Baron, but I think a team fight is going to kick off again.
Indeed, is in mid, and we're going to see a lot of action in Malkai, who should be falling any second now. Will return fire onto that Brand, though, just before getting dropped. Graves will find himself completely destroyed off Ash. That's going to be another colossal defeat in a team fight against the Authority, looking way too strong. Mundo really is the only tanky character they have that can last more than 3 or 4 seconds in a team fight, and that's unfortunate because Mundo cannot carry this on his own. That mid tower is going to go down. Now the inhib is vulnerable for attack, and that will be getting dropped as well, as they have 4 players attacking that duo against the Authority. aAa has came in, has landed in the face there of Mundo. Emo Plague used as well, so Mundo could be going down. He has popped his ultimate, but of course in that kind of situation, it actually drains health from himself, so he just made himself a tiny bit weaker, and Vladimir will pick that one up. 28-15, Volibear flashing in to throw Anivia over his back, and Anivia just dropping to that egg almost instantly is going to be killed. Not allowed to rebirth, and Brand looking greedy for that kill onto Ash. Will this be a kill? Yes, it will, as he lands the fireball square between the eyes of Ash, but Ash doing too much damage before she dropped that, and that is going to be a 4-for-5 exchange in the end in favour of Drockwell. In fact, it was a 3-for-5, pardon me, and you're still going to have Soraka and Maokai up, running down that mid. Soraka using Star Call. Timo has respawned. Mundo's back up again as well. And Soraka could actually get caught out here because she does have a Timo chasing right behind her, breathing down her neck. Mundo is also on the warpath. But of course, if Maokai feels it fit, he can snare one of these players and try and save his teammate. Soraka looks very weak. She has been hit from the Mundo file. Is she going to be down though? Yes, she will. Gets hit from a second consecutive one. Now Maokai decides to push on in, does a lot of damage to Timo, but is it enough to actually bring him to his knees? Pops the ultimate down as well to make himself tankier, and he does actually get the kill to Timo somehow. Is he going to be able to survive as well? Pushing back to his tower. Mundo looks like he's desperate to pick up this kill. Awesome snare work there from Maokai. Maokai's going to survive somehow against Mundo on the tower, even though it's a 1v2 with 140 HP remaining. And I bet Mundo has just jumped out his window in sheer frustration.
I would have done more than jump out a window. I would have jumped off a cliff.
Yeah, face test, and then just jumped out the window afterwards. That must have been painful. Maokai
Just
way
wow.
too strong. So tanky, 2v1. He's not exactly renowned for his damage abilities, but this game, if you have a look at his build, he's got the Gwynsu's Rage Blade, Hextech Revolver, Pickaxe, so he's actually doing a fair amount of damage here as Maokai. And Graves can come with a heavy fire at that top lane. Volibear picking up the kill with 3 assists from Soraka, Ash, and Vladimir. So we could see a 3v3 exchange in this top tower. Vlad is on very low health, has been caught out from Anivia, but popping that Sanguine Pool before Anivia can fire off any more abilities. She was trying to land the Frostbite there, but didn't quite connect. Hemoplague has been used from Vladimir. This is going to be a lot of damage onto Timo. Just most of his health disappearing. Ash will come in to pick up the pieces. 35-19, huge goal difference, and really it's only a matter of time you have to feel before Drockwell go down. Maokai has actually went for the tower dive onto Mundo. Look at this damage from Maokai. He's an absolute beast right now, just rushing in like a boss. He doesn't even care how many players he's against, if there's 3 towers there or not. He's going to go in regardless. 5 players now for Against the Authority, taking down these Nexus towers. I think there are going to be more kills in it though. Volibear will throw Brand behind him. Perhaps a kill coming in, but Brand will just manage to escape onto the fountain before being dropped. The Ash Arrow comes in onto Graves. Graves is definitely going to fall here from a full Against the Authority team, but Brand lands a nice ability there. His W onto Volibear, taking him out of the equation. And Enzi, just so much action, it's not even funny. Either way, this is going to be game number 2 going into the hands of Against the Authority. No doubts about that whatsoever.
Well guys, if you've learned a lesson from this game, the lesson is do not play Anivia support. That is all I have to say. Thank you.
I think that's probably a life lesson learnt right now for Drockwell. and it really just didn't work for them. I mean, Nubia's 1 for 7, 177. She has brought up a bit of ability power, so she wasn't even going full support there in the end either way. And can't help but feel that maybe Drockwell was just having a bit of fun here. You know, a team against, when they're against the likes of Against All Authority, it's kind of obvious that they were perhaps going to lose this best of 3, but if I was in their shoes, I really would have made a go of it, Enzi, because you're only going to get one shot at the Corsair Vengeance Cup. Of course, there's $10,000 up for grabs, and they did lose that one fairly comfortably in the end. So congrats to Against All Authority going through. It's 2-0 in the end. Very comfortable win.
Yeah, comfortable win for Against All Authority, and definitely agree. I think Druckwell just wanted to have a little bit of fun there, and I think their goal was achieved. So, guys, thanks for joining us. I think that is it, Vince. It was a good game from Against All Authority. The first game was okay. Against All Authority did take it away though, like in the end of the game, and really was kind of one-sided. But this game's been completely one-sided. Kills coming in from everywhere. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Anything else you have to say, Vince?
Just that Maokai, I nearly fell off my chair when he pulled that one off. Insane stuff from him. Awesome, awesome play. And yeah, congrats to Against All Authority. Hope you enjoyed the cast, guys. You can look at the VODs if you have just joined us and want to see the full 2 matchups. That's youtube.com/Chaos Contingency, or you can also follow Chaos TV on Facebook at facebook.com/Chaos TV. And I think that is all I have to say. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. I'll be bringing more action tomorrow from the Corsair Vengeance Cup. See you then.